pace car will make the hard left turn, come on to pit road. That leaves the field back in the hands of Brennan Poole in that 25. The Venturini Motorsports entry. Green flag in the air. We're underway from Pocono. Ty Dillon has a great start on the outside, battling as they go into turn number 1.
Yeah, got a little drag race here going on down into turn 1. Let's see who prevails. That outside should be pretty good.
Boy, Brennan Poole gets a good run off the corner.
Boy, he does. He used that bottom lane to his advantage, the shortest way around.
About to have a battle for the lead as we've seen Ty Dillon close the gap now between he and Brennan Poole.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hang on, buddy.
Sideways going through turn number 1. That allows Ty Dillon in the 41 to try to take that momentum and get by.
A little bit loose off the corner.
That's what he said. I was just going to say. He said she's a little loose off the corner. That looked real loose to me.
He hasn't had enough. These two actually finished first and second at Salem earlier this year, except it was Poole who was going to victory lane, and Dillon finished second.
Man, he's hanging on to that thing because it is bad loose, but loose is fast.
Yeah,
and he's
not
making it fast.
He's not backing off at all. He clears Ty before they get to the grip strip over there.
Yep.
The battle for the lead now in Ty Dillon's hand. It was a problem for Brennan Poole to get around the slower lap traffic. Ty Dillon was able to make the pass and take the lead away.
Oh, yeah, they were slicing and dicing down there in turn 3, and Ty got a little bit better run off the corner. Was able to get ahead of Poole.
That's funny when
turn. We just see the lead changing hands once again.
Once again, Brennan Poole goes after him.
Whoa, we got
the wall. We've got the 7 of George Cushman.
No caution. Now there's a caution. Caution is out.
Caution's going to come out on lap 18.
I would tell you what happened, but I can't see.
Looked like the leaders. That was actually Chris Buescher. Frank Kimmel went by on the inside. That got him up out of the groove on the outside. Probably a little wetter up there because the cars haven't been going through there, DW.
Yeah, I think he was trying to get out of the way.
And we're hearing from the ARCA officials. They're going to bring the field onto pit road.
We're going to be about 5 laps short of halfway.
I mean, that's
down toward turn 1.
Yeah, that's down the front
and I
stretch.
only know that because they told me. Because if I was looking at that, I had no idea.
I see a wall. Now I can tell that it's probably the exit of pit road. Exit of pit road there. So that's from turn 1 looking back towards the start-finish line. And pit road, which you obviously cannot see.
Red flag has come out. Again, we have completed 35 of the 80 laps scheduled of the 200-mile race. We're under a red flag condition.
They handled it earlier. I guess we'll be fine.
Green flag back in the air. Chris Buescher, Ty Dillon 1 and 2 as they race past the start-finish line and into turn number 1.
We'll hold our breath here while we head off into turn 1. See how the thing's going to do. See if it's going to stick or not.
Buescher the first one in and the first one out of turn number 1.
Looked pretty good. Didn't see anybody sliding around much. You see here.
Watch that slow car up on top of the racetrack.
It's getting a little dicey right here, boys.
Benny Chastain in 75, not
Poole
at
now.
Speed.
That's a nice move that he made right there. Went down on the inside, was able to get by all these guys.
Ty actually lost another spot to his teammate Tim George. Tim moves now up into the 3rd spot. Ty back to 4th.
He gets into turn 3, and he has a lot more speed on this end of the racetrack. So Billy Venturini obviously said, okay, we're going to set up for the flat end, and you're going to have to hang on to it down in turn 1.
He was able to turn under Chris Buescher.
And you see, he just gets a great run off of turn 3, which is what you want.
Side by side for the lead. Can Brennan Poole take it back from Chris Buescher? Going into turn number 1. The turn that Brennan Poole has struggled with today.
It's really on exit that Brennan's been really loose.
Boy,
right when he turns that nose down, that's when he gets loose. He was able to hold on to it there.
If Buescher knew how loose he was in that place, he'd have stuck that nose right up under the back end of him. That might have been able to allow him to get back by him.
Welcome back. The caution has come out once again at Pocono. It's not for precipitation. Our leader, the 25 of Brennan Poole. There's the reason for the caution. The 69 of Brent Cross. So it's Enfinger, Tim George Jr., Chris Buescher, Ty Dillon, and Brennan Poole, your top 5.
It's going to get serious.
Green flag back in the air. Grant Enfinger leading the field into turn number 1. That's the shot we have back down the front stretch.
Trying to block Tim George. It's not going to work. Tim's going to jump to the outside.
Tim George Jr. trying to take the lead away from Grant Enfinger. He'll have it as they exit turn 1.
Nice move by Tim George. Grant Enfinger did not want to give that lead up. Tim George said, if you want to block me low, I'll go high.
Yeah, well, that high line off of turn 1 over there, get the momentum, made a nice pass.
Here comes Chris Buescher in the 17, taking second away from Grant Enfinger, and the caution comes out once again. This time, Fogg once again bringing out the caution and slowing the field once again. Still under a red flag condition because of fog. You can barely see the spotters up on the grandstand from pit road, and that is the reason why we have brought the cars onto pit road. And the ARCA Racing Series officials have just called this race. With 21 laps to go, it's official. Tim George Jr. will get his first career win in the ARCA Racing Series.
Tim George Jr., you're not in victory lane, but you are the winner today, friend. What are you feeling right now as your team was just congratulating you, RC walking up to you?
Well, you know what? Sometimes you got to have luck, and sometimes you got to have speed, and today we definitely had both. So put yourself in position to do well, sometimes you do, and we've had speed every week, and really glad to bring this RCR Chevrolet to victory lane here.
What was going through your head while you sat here all this time watching the fog roll in over your car?
Well, you showed me your watch, and that was a long 15 minutes. That 15 minutes felt longer than the darn race, but we had a really fast car, and wasn't the fastest in qualifying speed, but we were really good in race trim, so I knew I had a shot at doing well if I could just manage lap traffic well, and we did that, so it was really good. We made the pass on the 36 there, and the caution came out right after, and we knew we were good to go.